representing the sort of uncharted territory that this is. There's not a
Uncharted
role
territory.
Yeah.
It is.
So, no, I understand that. So I'm asking, there's not a role then that the administration sees that the president could play here to try.
It is not for us to fix. It's not for us to fix the chaos in the House Republicans. It's not for us to fix. They have the majority, as you know, in the House. It is for them to fix. We've never seen a conference behave this way or be this chaotic.
Give me break.
It is important for Republicans who have the majority to figure this out. And get there and get they created the situation and they have to figure it out and elect their speaker so we can move on.
CPI inflation report came out today. It was hotter than expected, 3.7% year over year, unchanged from the prior month. To talk about all the spending last year to lower costs, in the last couple of months, how is that lowering costs?
So, look, what we believe is that Bidenomics is an action, right? You're talking about lowering costs, right? And that's something that the president is certainly continuing to do. Inflation is falling while employment remains strong. As you speak to CPI, inflation has fallen 60% since last summer, and the core inflation, as you're speaking to this data, fell to its lowest level in 2 years. And go again. So that matters. Let's not forget about wages are higher than they were last year, accounting for inflation. Prices fell for core goods like cars and furniture for the fourth month in a row. All of those pieces are in the data, the CPI that came out today, and that matters.
For people still hear Bidenomics and they see rent is up 7.4% year over year, car repair, car insurance is up almost 19%, so costs are not coming down for all Americans.
So here's the thing. As we know that when it comes to housing, people are still dealing with a lot, right? We understand how that economic hardship as it relates to housing specifically. That's why the president put forth a plan to deal with, on the federal level, how to help people lower costs with housing. So that is important as well. When we think about wages are indeed up, which matters over the last year, accounting for inflation, even more for blue-collar workers and those not in management. So that matters, as I mentioned moments ago. So look, the president's going to continue to grow the economy. When we talk about Bidenomics, we see the economy growing. We see unemployment at under 4%. We see jobs created under this administration as more than 13 million jobs, more than 14 million jobs at this point. And that's what we're going to focus on. When it comes to Republicans, they want to slash taxes for the wealthy. That's what they want to do. That's what they're putting forward. Cut Social Security, cut Medicare, cut Medicaid. They already started talking about that again recently. So the president's going to focus on what is needed for the American people to continue to give them that little bit of breathing room, and that's what the president's going to focus on. Let's not forget yesterday.
Is it still appropriate for the president to go to Philadelphia tomorrow, given all the Americans trying to get out of Israel and the imminent ground war there?
Well, the president has to do multiple things at once. The president's going to go to Philly. He's going to continue to talk about Bidenomics. He's going to continue to talk about what he's doing to bring back manufacturing, to create good-paying jobs. That's what you're going to hear from Americans. That's something that Americans also want to hear from. The president has been engaged in the situation that we're currently seeing, the horrific situation that we're seeing in Israel. That's what he's going to continue to do. He was engaged today. He's been engaged for the last every day since the attacks, and we're going to do everything that we can. We just announced, right? The state just announced the charter flights, right? So that's something that is going to help get Americans out of Israel. And also commercial flights are still ongoing. I want to make that very clear. But the president is going to make Americans a priority. He has to do multiple things at once. That's what you're going to see the president do.
I just want to go back to the chairman in this thing, because in another realm, this would be a bigger effing deal. A successor to the president as chairman of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee.
Well, he's no longer chairman.
No, but the president was once the chairman.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I see. You're making that connection. Got it. Successor. No, I got it.
Has been accused of being foreign agent for Egypt, which, not for nothing, is involved in this situation right now, for that matter. Has the president been brought up to speed on this? If he has no comment today, can we see comment on whether he has any concerns that someone with that kind of a position may have been accused of it, and whether he should be running for re-election?
So we have always said it is a serious matter, right? We've always said that, and we'll continue to treat that as a serious matter. I just don't have anything else to share beyond any statements from the president. I just don't have anything outside of that. But of course, we see this as a serious matter.
Well, she knows nothing. Nothing.
Has the president requested any sort of biographies on the families or the victims in Israel in order to have outreach? Would you expect with this number of Americans killed that he would have by letter or call or something? Anything you can share about that direct President Biden to these Americans?
And it's a very good question. You know this President Kelly O. You know this is a president when it comes to human tragedy like this or any type of loss. This is a president that takes this very seriously and tends to reach out and have those conversations with family members who have lost a loved one. I don't have anything to read out to you at this time or to a plan or anything like that to lay out. But this is, of course, something as the President of the United States, Commander-in-Chief, to hear to hear what has 27 American lives have lost. This is something that affects him deeply. If and when we do outreach and have any conversation with the families who have lost their loved ones, we certainly would share that. But of course, this is a president who wants to hear and wants to know about folks who lost their lives, and also wants to hear directly from the families. I just don't have anything to share at this point. Wow.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
And it comes time for next steps.
That computer knows me too.
There have been some new developments within this that you guys are not going to want to miss, including one tidbit of information that is a little scary, to say the least. Like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you are new. And please forgive me for my voice or if I'm coughing. I'm a little under the weather, so forgive me if I sound terrible or if I'm coughing into the mic or whatever, okay? Please forgive me. But let's dive in. Republicans chose their next nominee for House Speaker. CNN's Mona Raju was on Capitol Hill